So the time has come for me to reveal my final hot picks for Miss Supranational 2023. After following them for more than 2 weeks in Poland with the preliminary competition happening last Wednesday night, I'm now ready. Watching the preliminary competition the other night made me realize this year's Miss Supranational is a strong batch with so many beautiful ladies vying for the crown. Production wise, the stage is well lighted. I just can't help but notice the huge green carpet in the middle where it seems to hint that we are about to see something more from the stage of the show come finals night. Could it be a huge LED floor screen? Well, let's find out on Friday night. And also, one noticeable thing that I would like to commend the organizers during the preliminary competition is how it somehow, I don't know, instructed the girls not to take off their sarongs for a change, as we really got to focus on the girls' respective catwalks instead of ogling on their bodies. And the organization must probably be serious with its aspirational and inspirational tag, so we are forced to appreciate their contestants' faces and catwalk skills instead of comparing their physiques with one another. So, setting that aside, I am now coming out with my list based from what I have watched from the show the other night, coupled with their respective showing on so many pre-pageant activities since arriving in Poland. So, here we go. Here are now my top picks for Miss Supranational 2023. I made my final top 24 list, but for the purpose of shortening this video, I'm only mentioning my top 13. So number 13 on my list here is Crystal Matos from Dominican Republic. She is one lady who has exceeded all my expectations since arriving in Poland. She's sassy, personable, and always kills on the runway, and was very evident during the preliminary competition last night. And her eyes was really hypnotizing to look at. However, what made me stunned about her is her evening gown presentation. That gold with a sweetheart neckline and splashes of color on the front part of her dress with the detachable oversized sleeves truly looks so good on her. I gasped in air, especially the moment she took down her sleeves. Oh my god, that was truly a moment for her. She was really perfectly styled there. These Dominican queens keep slaying all the time, and she is no exception. And now we go to my 12th spot, and I'm giving it to Lola Wilson from Spain. Am I the only one who feels this Spanish lady is also in contention for the title? I mean, nobody talks about her right now, but she has been wowing me with her simplistic beauty and good attitudes since arriving in Poland, and she still continues to impress me during her preliminary turn last night. She wore a very revealing blue gown with a feather trail, and she worked it. She looked so divine from head to toe effortlessly. The high bun on her evening gown made me appreciate the beauty of her face, but more than that, she has this quiet, charming vibe that I can't explain, which I normally associate with Miss World Queens. Pansin nyo ba? That kind of beauty that doesn't have to do anything to get noticed, but just for her natural beauty to shine. And now we go to my 11th spot, and I'm giving it to Malaysia's Deirdre Walker. I am so stunned with this Malaysian queen's performance yesterday. Like, I was really stunned. For me, she was the biggest revelation of the night. Who knew this lady could perform when it matters the most? For the longest time, all I know about her is that she is our candidate's roommate for this competition. But when she came out during the preliminary competition, like, whoa! Talaga, like, whoa, my gosh. The moment she came out, I initially thought she was a Filipina because she looked like a Filipina with her styling in her presentation. She just looked so soft with those soft wave curls and looked so well polished with her red gown there. She was just glowing every time she walked on stage. I am just impressed that her top model citation the other night was no fluke, and she is really here to slay too. I just love her. I hope she does well in the finals night. And now we go to my 10th spot, and I'm giving it to Jacinta Aurelia from Indonesia. I have to admit, I also wasn't on this candidate's bandwagon when she won her national title. However, she proved me wrong as soon as she landed there in Poland. When she went there, everything became a different story. She blossomed, and I credit that to her stylist for putting her in outfits that complemented her beauty more. And the result? She was being noticed by everyone, and that continued until preliminary competition last night. That see-through magenta halter dress looked so amazing on her. Like, my jaw dropped literally when she came out with that beautiful gown. She really killed it in this round. However, if there is one thing I would advise her right now is for her to practice her twirl between now and finals night. That twirl was not smooth when she attempted to do it during the evening gown round. So konting polish pa, Miss Indonesia. And now we go to my ninth spot, and I'm giving it to Riley Spinks from USA. It pains me to put her in this position given how much I have been on this candidate's bandwagon since meeting and covering her in Miss Supranational USA last May. For me, she's the Kendall Jenner of this batch. She's so beautiful. However, the spark that I saw in her during the opening ceremony, which made me feel like she had a Catriona styling moment there, was missing last night. For some reason, she was very serious by being fierce all throughout her presentation, and it bothered me because I feel she wasn't enjoying her time on stage. Hence, I would have wanted her to smile more just for me to be able to relate with her on stage. And now and now let's go to the gown. The gown that she wore in this did not help her make a case for her serious bid to win the crown for her country. As for me, it did not give a huge impact. I hope there is still enough time to undo this by switching to a better gown and presentation come Friday night, because to be honest, this candidate has so much potential to win but just doesn't realize it in terms of styling, catwalk, and a lot of things as well. And now we go to my eighth spot, and I'm giving it to Pragya Paregari from India. I am also so sad to put her in this position, and I'm pretty sure my Indian followers here on YouTube are gnashing their teeth on me right now. I know she has done her very best to make it to top 5 at the very least, but her prelim gown performance left me underwhelmed last night. Yes, she did well in swim, but I feel she could have picked a better gown for this one, knowing there is so much riding on her candidacy right now. Yes, it's beautiful and really reminds me of Marion Cotillard's Oscar winning gown back in 2007, but that's just it. The silhouette and design did not do much justice to her beautiful curves, and it kind of made her look so quite big in some angles. So this is not the revenge gown that I had in mind for her. I want a more eye-popping one to showcase her sexiness even more. Because she is a beautiful and well-spoken lady, and I really want her to get to top 5. But in order for me to witness this on Friday, she really has to wow me during the evening gown round first. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Ayanda Tebete from South Africa. Sadly, again, I feel there won't be a back-to-back this year despite her sheer effort to do everything to the best of her ability. However, I still admire her strength and determination to make her country proud. The thing that gets me to Ayanda's effort is her very engaging and lovable personality, plus her incredible communication skills, which was highlighted during her Supra Chat performances. Now, she really leaves me breathless every time she does her Q&A. Personality-wise, she is sassy, bewitching, and captivating, and I just love her. However, is it just me or what, but I feel she did not leave a huge impact like her predecessors during the competition night. I mean, she held her own and is still part of my favorites list, but it's not just as impactful as I would have wanted her to be like her predecessors. The gown really did not mesmerize me, as I feel there were many details that were unnecessary. No doubt, the color cerulean looks good on her as it complements her skin tone, but I feel the coral shaped thing at the back is a bit of an afterthought for a gown that is supposed to represent her country's oceanary. Even the bottom of her dress kinda did not complement her height. She took a risk, and I don't know if it paid off, but here is hoping that she will switch to a better gown come finals night. And now we go to my sixth spot, and I'm giving it to Patrapornwang from Thailand. Truth be told, I keep dismissing her chances here in Miss Supranational since being crowned for this pageant a few months ago, as age has finally caught up with her. But the fighting spirit in her just wouldn't give up, and we have seen that in everything that she has done in this pageant. She is always impeccably styled and well dressed, which resulted to a Top Model Asia award a few days ago. She really knows how to highlight her asset, and she is making sure we are aware of that. However, the most remarkable that happened is not because of this special citation, but at how stunning and captivating she was during the preliminary competition last night. She looked so strong and confident with her walk in those 2 rounds, aided with a beautiful red gown which brought out the elegance in her more. Finally, she was able to get the right makeup styling for her. If she continues this trajectory, I won't be surprised if she makes it to top 5. And now we go to my top 5. I'm giving it to, surprise, surprise, Sakile Sudubi from Zimbabwe. She definitely had one of the best presentations last night, and for that, she is the highest African delegate who could score an upset win against the heavy contenders right now. The sheer beaded gown with corset like bodice totally floored me as it looks so good on her, and I'm happy that she is peaking at the moment, having been selected as the top model challenge from her continent a few days ago, and now the streak continues with her striking presentation. I don't know if I'm placing her too far, but I don't mind because this former Miss Earth delegate deserves to play so high in this competition on Friday night. And now we go to my fourth spot, and I'm giving it to Andrea Aguilera from Ecuador. She is really a pageant veteran for nothing. Not only is she a supreme beauty, but I am really dying for her turn, especially during the preliminary competition. That evening gown performance was really a knockout! Grabe guys, nang lalamon ng buhay! So, I pity the girls who are beside her as she can easily upstage them with her incredible stage presence. That red gown just made her stand out even more, especially with a jewel stone incorporated on her navel na nakakasyokot talaga tumabi sa kanya. She almost won MGI 2 years ago, and she can do it again this year. So, as early as now, it's really a crime not to put her in my top 5. And now we go to my top 3. And number 3 on my list here is Sankler France from Brazil. To be honest, guys, I thought her chances were dwindling as I follow her journey here, but she made us realize that she is Megan Young's strongest rival in Miss World 10 years ago, and we should not forget that right now. She came back slaying where it mattered the most. For me, she really had the best gown of the night, and mind you, it's a black colored one, which is a color that is so hard to pull off, but she made it work. That gown truly made her look more expensive. Apart from her sheer beauty, the fit of the gown really accentuated her curves, aided by with a beautiful smile. I know we keep saying that she is way past her prime already, but she is showing us that no age can hinder her from achieving her goals right now. Now, assuming she gets to top 5, I hope that she prefers to speak in her native tongue, so she will appear more confident in Q&A. Kasi her Supra Chat performance already gave us a preview that she could not express herself in English, and that's understandable as it's her second language. If she wins or places high on Friday night, it will really put so much emphasis on this pageant's goal of becoming more and more inclusive through the years. And now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm so happy to give it to her, Paulina Milinks from the Philippines. I thought I am the only one who's imagining things at the onset when I had told you guys that Pauline has a very strong chance to win our country's second Miss Supranational crown. But after seeing her perform in the preliminary competition, my hunch is totoo talaga. Who knew Pauline could still wow us with her catwalk after competing in her nationals thrice already? Ako, hindi ko talaga inaasahan talaga guys. Kasi yung swimsuit turn niya, to be honest, was a breeze for her. Have you noticed that? It was very fun, fresh, and confident. And nagulat ako na she has strong stage presence, which I don't normally say about her catwalk performance during her nationals. But this time, may ililinis pa pala yung lakad niya. And her twirls here are perfectly executed. Na alam na parang may attitude pero hindi mukhang maldita on stage. So, kudos to her pasarela trainer for this because alam mong natutukan talaga si Pauline ng husto dito. And now when it came to her evening gown performance, all the more I was impressed. Yes, I am really impressed with the gown that I saw. Kasi to be honest guys, kahit nakita ko na yung mga ganyang gown sa ibang mga contestants dito, sa mga ibang contestants dito, Pauline still gave it a wow factor. The sexiest Pauline that she has ever been. I know you guys might say that the cut might be too sexy for her, but the chiffon cape was a good balance na nagkaroon ng romantic factor. Na it didn't look vulgar on her because her face was angelic and glowing. And it really helps that Pauline was wearing a gown that she truly liked. Yes, guys, I can confirm that this was the gown that she was supposed to wear for MUP finals last May, but for some reason she did not end up wearing it. I got this piece of information from the one who made this gown, Sir Luis Pangilinan, whom I was able to chat on Instagram DM a while ago. So for Pauline to finally wear her dream gown on stage, she must truly be proud of it. Kasi guys, diba, for the longest time, we have seen Pauline wear corseted gowns on her nationals to give her the illusion of a cinched waist to complement her body frame. But Pauline, for a change, wanted to break free from those corseted gowns, diba? And I know this gown is too sexy for her, but Pauline is trying to make a statement here, kung hindi nyo napapansin, for all of us to ponder, that she's very confident of her body and no amount of body shaming can stop her from wearing her dream gown this time around. And I agree with what a follower here drop on the comment section that after being bashed and body shamed all throughout her journey, Pauline finally learned to tune out the noise and learn to love herself more on the biggest competition of her life so far. Na wala na siyang pakialam how we feel about the things that she has been doing for her latest pageant for the and after 3 years she finally no longer needs our approval or validation for it, but instead seeks on what will truly make her happy instead. And it's just so awe-inspiring to realize this after following her journey for the past 4 years. But if there is something that I would advise her for Friday's big night, it's for her to take time to pose and project longer when she poses in the middle of the stage. Na-notice ko kasi ito eh. While her fellow candidates were milking every chance they would get on stage, I sense Pauline was quick in a hurry to finish. But other than that, guys, I have nothing more to comment. I just hope that the stars will align for her come Friday night. Kasi she has done everything she could at this point. So I just leave it to the organizers, the value that they will be getting if it crowns another Filipina for their brand for the following year. Pauline has been a good, obedient soldier to MUP ever since, and she will definitely do the exact same thing if she will be crowned our next Miss Supranational title holder. And finally, we go to my top spot, and no surprise, alam ko naman na kutob nyo rin na siya rin ang magiging number 1 ko sa listahan ko. Valeria Flores from Peru. Let's face it, guys, this Latina killed it from the very onset, and I just love how she really stunned us with her incredible stage presence. She was really a killer in her swim and evening gown turns, and I just love the colors employed for her gown, lalo na as her designer must be going for that pink ombre effect gown, and it leaves me intrigued fashion-wise, but she still carried it well, and I'm really impressed. Her beauty and aura just really stand out, and even her styling and execution on this gown were perfect and placado. And I honestly don't mind if she really wins. Now, all she has to do is really give an impactful answer on her Q&A kasi her Supra Chat performance was just very decent. So if she really wants to win and seal the deal come Friday night, she really has to end strong and sound more impactful to win her country's first Miss Supranational crown. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Honestly, I really want Pauline to win. Pero ayoko siyang i-jinx. That's why nilagay ko lang siya sa top 2 ko or sa top 3 ko. I'm really hoping Pauline is really the strongest delegate we have ever sent to Miss Supranational after quite a few years. Si Jessa, si Dindy yung pinaka-recent ones. So I'm really hoping na kung ano yung nakikita natin kay Pauline ngayon as we follow her journey in Poland, ganun din yung nararamdamin din ng mga organizers about her right now. So let's pray. Let's hope for our best placement in Miss Supranational this year. Kapit lang, guys, and let's hope that Pauline will be our next Miss Supranational title holder. Until my next video, guys. Bye.